There is a serious possibility that we are being visited and have been visited for many years by people from outer space. Lord Admiral Hill Norden.
Hey guys, and welcome back to One Candle Society, here with your hosts, Marcus D.
And Vic Whately. And guys, it's December again, so it's time for us to revisit one of our most loved videos. 5 Chilling Things Said by Astronauts.
Volume 3. On August 19th, 2013, astronaut Christopher Cassidy observed this UFO floating past the Progress 52 cargo ship of the International Space Station. It was an orange, luminous, brightly semicircle object, leaving a slight orange trail as it floated past the station. Cassidy, of course, was quick to notify Mission Control of seeing the UFO. NASA quickly stated that the object was not an alien ship, but in fact was a piece of an antenna cover from the Russian Zvezda service module. Of course, several UFO enthusiasts claim this is just a cover. Some claim that you can even see lights turn on the UFO, and this is just more evidence that alien life is monitoring the International Space Station.
On August 4th, 2018, astronaut Leland Melvin reported on Twitter that he had seen something organic and alien-like floating out of the payload bay of Shuttle Atlantis. He went on to describe this as being organic-looking and curvy. Interestingly enough, this isn't the only time we've seen life take this sort of form. Creatures related to jellyfish have been found with a very similar shape in deep sea areas. And what was NASA's response? That what he was witnessing was simply ice.
In 2005, astronaut Leroy Chiao was out on a spacewalk with a Russian cosmonaut installing navigation antennas to the International Space Station. While working, something caught his attention. There were 5 lights flying by him in formation, with one light slightly further ahead than the others. Chow is quoted as saying, "I saw some lights that seemed to be in a line, and it was almost like an upside down check mark, and I saw them fly by and thought it was awfully strange." He quickly asked his Russian counterpart if he had seen the lights, but he was working and he hadn't seen them because he was also facing the wrong direction at the time. The only skeptical theory so far put forth to explain what Chow saw was that he saw bright lights from a fishing boat hundreds of miles beneath him. Although when I heard this argument, I made the same face as I think most of you are probably making right now. On March 31st, 1991, Russian cosmonaut Musa Manarov, while on his way to the Mir space station, videotaped what is at times described one of the best UFO footages ever taken. For 2 minutes, Musa films a cigar-shaped object leaving the space station with what appears to be one side of the cigar-shaped object clearly lit up. He informed his fellow cosmonauts of the object leaving their station, but to this day it has never been fully explained exactly what this UFO really was. It's very difficult to tell from the footage exactly how large the object is because there's nothing in the footage to compare its size to. When you listen to this encounter being told, words such as leaving the station or undocking are often used. My question then becomes, why was it there?
On February 20th, 1962, astronaut John Glenn was launched into low Earth orbit in the Friendship 7. Moments after the sunrise came around the Earth, John Glenn reportedly saw thousands of self-luminescent, firefly-like objects spiraling around his ship. His ship at that time was moving around 17,000 miles per hour, but these objects had no difficulty keeping up with him, and spiraled around them, moving away from him at about 4 miles per hour. The objects would flicker in brightness and slowly move away, eventually disappearing off into space. He described them as being about 1/16 of an inch wide and extremely beautiful. The cloud continued to spiral around Glenn's ship until a little bit after sunrise, when they started to disperse and float away. He continued to see them for a few moments, frantically calling into NASA and attempting to report what he saw, until the last one faded from sight. And Glenn was left with an extremely unique, awe-inspiring moment. NASA may try to write this off with their normal bag of explanations, but to John Glenn, for those few moments, he was truly in touch with something beyond his understanding.
They do have a different motion, though, from me, because they swirl around the capsule and then depart back the way that I am looking. Are you receiving? Over. There are literally thousands of them. This is Friendship 7. Am I in contact with anyone? Over.
Hey guys, we had a great time making this third volume of this video series. And you know what? The more we look into it, the more we find there are so many astronauts with so many chilling stories to tell us.
Yeah, these people are going to a place that most of us can only dream and have only imagined ever going. And they're coming back with these amazing stories.
And if you guys have enjoyed them, give us a like, a share, a subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notified when we put out new content, and of course, check out our Patreon.
If you become a patron today, it can give you things like shoutouts in some of our videos. It gives you guys more of an input on the content that we put out on the channel. And coming up soon, exclusive videos that you can only get on our Patreon. But as always, keep believing.
Because we'll keep listening.